back with another season of the 6 Yard Line podcast. The 2025-2026 Premier League season has officially kicked off with a Friday afternoon game. So we are recording Friday night post game. So we will start our preview or our discussion on today's match. Welcome back, Noah. We're back for another season.
I can't believe it. Woo! So excited. Came really quick though. Like it really did go fast, right? Like I was like, oh my god. Like I felt like everyone just reported back to preseason training, right? I think it's because the Club World Cup really messed around with the summer.
It did. Well, because we're used to actually a bit of a break and all the rumors throughout that period. And I mean, if you really want to break it down, like it's been a busy off season. Literally, as soon as the season was over, you start to see moves start to happen right away, and that just triggered. Like, I think that's really what exhausted us this summer. There was really no break, no summer holiday for these guys, no rest, and then like for if you're a Liverpool fan, it went from reaching that high to tragedy, then trying to get just before preseason to get back into that mindset. So it's been a roller coaster of a summer, we'll say that.
Yeah, I think it's been the most bonkers transfer window I've ever seen. That's fair to say, I think, right? Like it's just been crazy. Like the amount of transfers.
Yeah.
Like I think we could probably make 50 shorts a day some days. Like there's so many deals going on and there's so many bids, there's so many rejections, there's so many intrigue. The Morgan Gibbs White saga at the start of the seems like months ago now, and it was like 3-4 weeks ago. Like that's how crazy I think this off season's just been so far. So but it's good,
Yeah,
man.
it's
We
been a
had so much to talk
summer
about.
soap
We were like,
opera.
oh, we're gonna have a break. We might do a show on this, might do a show on that. All we've done is just make and talk about transfers, and it's just been record fees, record numbers. I've moaned about PSR more times than I care to talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's bonkers at this moment. It's still going to be bonkers. Even today, I think. I was looking at the Forest stuff, and there's six bids in today. 6.
Yeah,
All official
yeah.
bids, not like, oh, it's hearsay. Normally you get, oh, they're talking. It's no, there's 6 bids in. So
Well,
it's
I
just kind
mean,
of bonkers. But that's how it's going to be this season, I guess.
yeah, and we're not done. That's the scary part of it,
Oh,
is that there's still a whole heap of deals to get done, and we aren't even talking about like the teams that haven't really done much of anything. We're still talking about some of the big teams still looking to add key pieces for that run for the title, right? And with the season starting today, with the defending champions, Liverpool hosted Bournemouth at Anfield, um, and it was a beautiful, moment where they honored Diego and his brother. So that was nice with the full stadium showing their respect. Now, before I even get into the game, I have to touch on this. We did see this happen during the game, where a moment during the game there was a play stop where the referee had to go talk to the benches, and we eventually found out it was due to racial abuse on Semenya from Bournemouth, right? And you know, it's it would be nice if we could go a season without having to talk about this, but you and I both know it's impossible, right?
yeah,
Because there's
it's
ignorant
unfortunate.
people out there, and I know there's going to be those people that are going to use this as a way to hate on Liverpool. Look, it was one ignorant individual that chose the moment to, which boggles my mind, because Liverpool has so many black players on their team that he will cheer for, but yet he feels it's okay to turn around and abuse a black player from the opposing team, right? You're showing your true colors, my friend. I'm sorry, you are. So he was removed from what I could see from all videos and photos that have been posted online. Um, I'm sure we'll find out more as the Premier League does their investigation. I personally think he needs to get banned. I won't. Whether they choose, season, lifetime, whatever. I'm not going to argue with that. I just think enough is enough. It's like when I don't even know what to say anymore. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, you know what? Like I had the game on. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. I was doing some other things, and I did happen to stop and look over. I thought what was happening is because I was watching a little bit of the game, and I saw that Slot and uh, the Bournemouth guy, I forget his name right now.
Areola.
Ariola, thank you. Um, looked quite animated on the sideline, so I thought they'd crossed the line. I thought they were like one of them was getting in trouble, or he was pulling
Yeah.
them together to tell them like, "Look, I get it. It's the first game of the season. Calm the hell down, right?" And
Yep.
then obviously it's not, and it is unfortunate that that's again it mars what is a good opening, entertaining game to the season. And again, it's just again, I don't understand why we need to do this. It's just like the world's got enough issues. We don't need to
Yeah.
keep abusing players, and especially one that I thought Semedo today was fantastic. I'm
Brilliant.
curious. I know Arnie Slot talked to Semedo after the game. I did see that, and respect for him for doing that. I don't know. I'd like to know what he said to him, but again, I think it's. I thought that was a class move, and yeah, let's move on because it is
Yeah.
unfortunately a depressing side of it that it shouldn't be what we're talking about first, other than the fact that the Premier League kicked off and we had a banger of a game. We had some goals. We had some action packed. I got busy and
I
ended up
called it.
seeing the end of it.
I called the score
I
line,
left it at 2-1. So I didn't know the score until you text me your screenshot of what you suggested earlier. So that was it, Jonathan.
which is you know what is like. So I'll do those screenshots, but I don't post it because I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna get it wrong, right? So I just do it for fun and keep it for myself. So so I actually didn't even see the last two goals when they. By that point, I got on the subway, so we didn't get good reception. So as soon as I get back out of the game, I was able to resume. Saw the last two goals, which were just like, oh, what a way to finish the game. Um, but it was well played game, back and forth action. At Ekatike, oh, I think he's going to be excellent in the Premier League. I think a lot of people had doubts about him or question if he was going to be, the physicality of the Premier League. But what I saw from him today, I don't think fans have to be worried about that. Gakpo, beautiful goal. Um, am I worried defensively? Not. I wouldn't say worried, but I'm concerned because I just feel when Virgil van Dijk isn't as young as he used to, Kanate sometimes just is
Has
boneheaded,
moments. Yeah, he has
right?
moments.
And if you're playing with such a high line, you're risking getting exposed. And then let's add the fact that when we conceded those goals, we had made two. Did we make both defensive our left and right back subs? No, I think we had only changed one. No,
Mhm.
no, we did. Either way, you took out both um uh, Frimpong and Kirkes at the same time, which to me didn't make sense, right? Because first of all, I think Frimpong plays too high. I think you need to kind of have him. He doesn't always need to push and make that run. Because again, you're leaving the defense way too exposed, and we don't have enough pace if we get caught on the counterattack. And those two goals were basically because of turnovers and mistakes where that led to counterattacks, and they're brilliantly finished by Bournemouth. So the fact that we
I,
were able to fight back, sorry,
I was gonna say, I thought you probably should have been out of sight, um, in this game.
yeah,
I do feel that there should have been a card, a red one, for a deliberate handball, which I'm still baffled that they didn't call it handball, in that game. So, but I thought you were gonna be out of sight, and then again, it is also the first game of the season. Mistakes are gonna happen when you've got a lot of new players, and they really
it's
haven't
so
had
hard
that
to tell.
much work, right? So I wouldn't worry.
Like I've watched that replay. I've seen people take screenshots of it. It's literally almost impossible to really tell if his fingertip touched it or not. It very much looked like it did. But like the fact that he clearly made the attempt, right? But I think it's so hard to be 100% conclusive that he did. So
Oh, I think he does. I think if you
they
watch the
got
replay,
away
the
with it.
ball
I'll
the
say
ball
that.
does change
That's what
direction.
I'm going to say.
I
Okay.
don't I don't I
Game,
don't deny it.
and we already,
Yeah, I just think it changes direction. I just think it does. I think it's as bad as it gets, right? I think in terms of I don't know. It's just it's interesting to me
yeah.
that I thought the referee wasn't exactly, it's Anthony Taylor, so my
Yeah.
ambition of Anthony Taylor and expectations from him are a little bit to be desired at the best of times. But
Yeah.
I do feel
I'm not
like
going to
that
dwell
was
on
the
it.
intention. No, but
Um,
I think if Bournemouth went on to win that game, it would be a point everyone would come back and talk to, right? And at the end of the day, Chiesa comes on and Salah scores, and then you rescue it at the end. So you know, it's week one. I'm sure you'll be fine.
yeah. But I'll say this. You know what? 4-2. Chiesa. Are we going to talk about him finally getting his goal? The man that barely did anything last year. Everybody was figuring he was going to be one and done at Liverpool. Came off the bench, and basically he got the game winner. Right? Like
Yeah,
Salah's goal was the clincher, but like Chiesa got the game winner. Right? So, well, you know what? Good for him. You know what? First goal for the club. I think no, I think he did he score. No, I don't know.
no,
He
he
hasn't
scored
scored
last
in
year.
any competition yet.
No, I thought he scored last
No,
year.
no,
Didn't he?
that's what I
He
thought
didn't
too.
play
But
many
then I
games.
saw
He only played like
somewhere
7 games.
I don't maybe he did. Maybe it wasn't in a league game though. I don't think it was in a league game. We'll have to double check. I'll double check and if because again, either way, you could see the joy in him. Like he looks like he's when he gets on the pitch, he's gonna give you something, right? He's not always gonna be like he's to me he's not a starter, but he's somebody worth having to come off the bench because he brings something different than any of the other guys attacking forwards that we have. But either way, he gets his he finally gets his goal. Liverpool moves on. Salah Salah does Salah at the end, right? Like the man, I don't know how he has the energy to play the 90 minutes and give 110% for the full 90 minutes, right? Like to me, I feel he has lost, like he's definitely losing a step, but he still is his mind hasn't slowed down. So he can still outthink players and just know where to be at the right moments. And like that last goal, like that shouldn't have been a goal, right? He was
No, but I think
basically
it's not a goal, right? You know what you're gonna get with him. He's week in and week out one of the best players in the Premier League, right? So I think
yeah,
he makes those goals, right? Like that's his thing, right? So I don't know. I think I think it was a good finish. He took his time. He made the right choice, right? And I think that's what he does a lot of the time. Whereas I think a lot of players coming through definitely do rush those decisions and rush those choices, and don't take the chances that they're provided with. I think he does convert them at a higher rate. But as you say, that is Chiesa's first goal for Liverpool. I did just look it up. It is his first goal for Liverpool, so it's a good time to get it.
yep, yep. So we'll take that. And 3 points, three important points, because I think with the battle that we're going to see this year in the Premier League, like you don't want to start the season dropping points, right? Because you you want to take advantage, any advantage you can against your opponents, right? And there's some big key matchups to start this season, so you kind of you want to take that and go, right? Because I know, is it Arsenal? They're playing Man United. That's a big matchup. Like neither of those teams want to drop points on the opening day, right? Because that could turn around and be, when you're looking back in April on points dropped. there will be others, but like you want to start off on the front foot. That's it. So thanks again for watching, everybody. As usual, make sure you hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. That's it for us on the 6 Yard Line podcast. I'm Sean.
Thanks for
That's
watching,
Noah.
guys.
Have a good night.